fucking win, man. A fucking
Yeah.
win. Obviously, lots to unpack with this one. I'm actually going to see if I can change out the image because we're having some issues on both ends here. But like I'm having to use my cell phone today because my laptop doesn't have any sound and I can't figure out how to turn the sound back on. But
Yeah. I'm on my cell phone as well, which is
a bit awkward. A bit awkward.
a little bit awkward. Like, I normally have a decent setup, but yeah.
Uh, So, I mean, obviously, let's just talk about the first half. Obviously, Crowley comes out with the try early. Kind of was it a Greg Casey offloaded to him, or who did that? Who did he get offloaded from?
Yeah, it came from the scrum half. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a good try. I mean, like, it was a great start from Benetton. Benetton actually really started the game quite well.
yeah. With
And
Rhino Smith with the two tries in the first half.
oh, but I mean, even
Absolutely,
before that try, they started before the Munster try. Munster kind of hit back at them and got the opening try. But yeah, I mean, like the first half was pretty much all. It seemed like, I mean, it wasn't all Benetton, but because Munster struck well, and then they took 3 points after that, get it to 10 points. But Ryan Smith made he made a couple of breaks. Being honest, Munster defensively were just really poor. Like the fullback play from Tucker Abrams was loose. Like, it was pretty bad. He didn't like. It's like he didn't even know he was playing fullback. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But
Let's before we even kind of get into that, let's talk about the obvious change from last week. Virgin Media Park, it's called Musgrave Park, right? That's the actual name of it is Musgrave Park, and it's Virgin Media is just the sponsorship name, I guess. I presume.
yeah, yeah, I'll still always refer to it as Musgrave Park. Yeah.
Much smaller than Toman Park. You can kind of tell like it's probably half the capacity of even that. But it was a full
Yeah.
crowd, a full house. Something we've been talking about during the week was the lack of excitement of having to play on an artificial pitch, artificial turf, and
Mm.
I fucking agree. That shit is terrible, man. That shit is
Fucking
terrible.
terrible. Yeah, it's just so it's very unpredictable with the bounce, but it's also like it's it's too fast. Do you know what I mean? It's like it almost turns it into a sevens game. Like you could see how many breaks. Like I'm looking at Tucker Abrams try here now, but like there were so many breaks in that game. Like where I mean, one of Reiner Smith's tries, there was a scrum in the middle of the pitch, and they didn't really do anything. Do you know what I mean? It
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah,
It was. They didn't exactly carve Munster open. Munster were just caught on the bounce, and then the guys in the backfield weren't in position, and Rhino Smith literally hairs straight through and goes over. The second try they got was uh, well worked, but
well,
yeah,
at one point, like at the end of the first half, Crowley goes to kick to touch, and he bounces the ball like a basketball, man. Like
yeah,
just like bounces it like a basketball, and I'm just like, gotta hate artificial turf. Gotta hate artificial turf. But
yeah,
um, go into the half. What 14 was it? 14-10 at halftime.
yeah.
Crowley with the try, and then the
The-
penalty. Pretty
yeah.
quickly after that, the restart is after the Smith restart. I saw that multiple times in the game. It was either Peter O'Many or was it Gavin Coombs at number 8
Yeah,
chasing down and like pinning Benetton deep, like deep in their own and drawing the penalties. It's what you like to see, especially with your flankers, because you don't typically see that kind of speed from flankers. It's usually like your wings will try and chase it down. No, your flankers. Peter O'Many in particular was deep on a lot of those. A lot of those kick and
mhm.
chases, he was deep and like Obviously, we know the significance of the game today. It might very well be his last home game for Munster. But
It will be, yep.
Well, I was mentioning you this in our WhatsApp conversation. You can typically, when he came off, what about the 60-something minute, 65th, 66th minute he comes off, you could look in his eyes like he's not done. Like the game might be done with him, but I don't think he's done with the game. Like he's just kind of, he still has that. I know obviously the team qualifies for the playoffs, so he will be playing at least one more game. And he just, these last two games, he's really, really just had, like, he's a veteran. You don't really expect those flashes. These last two games, he's had some serious tackles, some really good, just showing that, like, he's not done. Like, the game might be done with him, but I don't think he's done. Like, he's still got that desire out there, and you see it in the last 2 weeks. He's still got it. Like
he's going to give it. I mean, Peter Mann, he's an absolute warrior. Like, I mean, all of the Benetton pack were like congratulating him after the game. Absolutely, you know. I mean, he's the kind of guy that half of those guys would like to be. Do you know what I mean? Just that fucking, you know, he's that guy with that nasty edge, but he's you know, he's just tough. He's just tough as nails. That's what he is. He's just tough as nails. You know, seen him. There was an incident. There was a long kick went through, and in the second half, and Abrams had to go back, like scramble back to get to it. And the first guy to Abrams was Peter O'Mahony, and O'Mahony literally just stood over him and took the hits off.
Provided the support, provided the support to make sure we kept the ball in possession. That's it. That's what you expect. You expect that from your leaders. You expect that from a leader, and I remember that very well. So obviously, come out in the second half. At what point did you start feeling comfortable?
Well, comfortable. Like, I didn't feel comfortable until like maybe the last 5 minutes of the game. But like, did I feel happy? I mean, Munster's response in the second half was absolutely excellent. I mean, there's a lot of things I asked for kind of midweek and some of the videos I did when I was talking about things. You know, well, like first of all, I thought this game was going to be maybe a 5-point game. It turned out to be a little bit more. One or two of the things.
I picked it by 8, and it was 9. So
that's a pretty good shout. I mean, one or two of the things that I thought, you know, hadn't worked quite well for them maybe in the last number of games, like their lineouts were quite fucking good, bro. They were quite good
compared to last week. Yes,
compared to last week, for sure.
No real set piece issues. I do tip my hat to Benetton. They are a good team. It was just today. Munster just wanted it more, and you could tell. I had messaged you in the second half. At one point, there was a bit of a fracas after a play had been called dead. They're like shoving each other. It was deep in Benetton territory, and as that's going away, the camera pans out wide, and you could see half the Benetton players were limping.
Yeah,
like, they got fucked up today. They got a proper smashing. Jean Klein, has he always been like that? He's just like a very quiet dude. Like,
do you know? I love Jean Klein. I love him. I just fucking love the guy. The guy is just. I mean, he played 80 minutes there today, as far as I know. No, maybe he came off.
No, he came off. He came off in the 74th minute for Wycherley. And I lost you. Well, he'll be back in a second, folks. But, John Klein. Yeah, we completely lost you there for a second, man. And did we do it again? Let's see what happens here. And you're frozen. Oh, there we go. There you go. You having some connectivity issues there? Is it the phone acting up, or... see. You there, Colin? Well, we might have to call this a day on this one, folks. We're look to be having some difficulties here, so we'll be back next week, obviously, once again, and hopefully we'll get everything